Listen, y'all, Marcellus Wiley might be really done after this. It's crazy right now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to On Go. Now, we got breaking news involving former NFL player and sports commentator Marcellus Wiley. According to newly released court documents and reporting, he is now facing a domestic battery case after his wife, AnneMarie Wiley, alleged that he threatened to unalive her and also described an earlier incident where she says he poked her in the face. So we're going to read through the reported documents together. We're going to break down what they say, and then we'll talk about what this could mean going forward. Remember, these are still all allegations, and Marcellus Wiley is presumed innocent until he's proven guilty in court, man. It's crazy work. Let's get right to it. All right. Former NFL star Marcellus Wiley he allegedly poked his wife and threatened to unalive her. All right. Former NFL star Marcellus Wiley allegedly got physical with his wife AnneMarie before his domestic violence arrest over the July 4th weekend. She told the cops that he poked her in the cheek and threatened to unalive her. This is according to the arrest affidavit. Now, according to the docs obtained by TMZ, Marcellus and AnneMarie were inside a hotel room in Orlando, Florida on Saturday afternoon when things went awry. And the former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star called the police to report battery. Now, when the officers arrived at the World Marriott, they say AnneMarie told them that she wanted her husband removed from their room because she was afraid of him after he threatened to take her life. Crazy. The docs say that their 3 children were also in the room, along with other children. Crazy. All of whom were at the hotel to attend a basketball tournament. Cops say AnneMarie also told them that previous morning, Marcellus put his hands on her while she was sitting on the bed. Standing over her, Marcellus used one finger to sternly and intentionally poke her in the cheek in front of their 7-year-old daughter. That's not a good look. The docs state that AnneMarie went on to say that she's planning on divorcing Wiley, claiming he's had an unreported history of violence towards her in the past. That's going to be key. That's going to be key. Remember, he has all these civil suits where they're trying to prove violence. Hence my poll. Do you think that this violence that he's doing here is going to hurt him in the civil cases? Crazy, Marcellus. What a time. As for Wiley, he told the police that he and his wife did not have a physical altercation in the hotel and there was no violence between them, stating that he never laid a hand on his wife and was only there taking care of the children. Sound like an episode of Cops. We don't hear that. Cops say Wiley showed them text messages between them, exchanging cordial messages. However, based on AnneMarie's written statements, police found probable cause to arrest Wiley for domestic violence battery. As you know, AnneMarie appeared as a full-time cast member on season 13 of RHOBH, but after the season concluded, the show's producer gave her the axe, saying that she wasn't a good fit, man. Damn, this is crazy work for Marcellus Wiley, bro. This is nasty. Especially on the back of the civil suit that he got going on, where they trying to say that alleged violence, right? You've been violent this whole time. Many women are coming out. One person was a girl at the time they alleged was 13 years old, saying that he groomed her, first from an email, then got close with the family, brought them to his house and all types of different things. And then on 18th birthday, made a move, bro. Nasty work, bro. This is nasty work. So listen, man, now that we've gone through the documents, okay, and there are a few things that stand out to me. Now, the first thing is that these are still allegations contained in court records and statements that's made to law enforcement. They haven't been proved in court, and that's an important distinction, all right? But even if someone focuses on the alleged poke itself, investigators don't necessarily look at one act in isolation. Alleged threats of serious violence can change how the authorities assess risk, particularly in domestic violence cases. That's one reason these situations are often treated seriously from the very beginning. Now, this reportedly happened in Orange County, Florida. Now, Court records show Wiley was arrested on a domestic battery charge after deputies responded to that hotel, the World Marriott, and he initially appeared in custody, and subsequent records indicate that he was later released after posting a bond, even though we knew from the beginning they said he didn't have a bond. So now there's mixed information right there. There's a misinformation or mixed information, okay? One thing that I always try to remind people is that these are allegations, all right? So we still... it's going to say alleged to certain things. But another reason that this story is drawing so much tension and it stands out to me is because it comes while Marcellus Wiley is already facing other unrelated allegations from multiple women. He has publicly denied those allegations. This domestic battery case is separate from those claims, but many people are discussing whether this latest allegation could affect the public perception and any ongoing legal matters. Ultimately, those are questions that will have to play out through the legal process. So we'll continue to follow this case as more information becomes public, including any future court hearings, filings, or statements from either side. If new documents are released, we'll cover those too. So I do want to hear from you. Based on what you've seen in the documents, based on my last few videos, go check my video section. Go check my last live. I read the whole 18-page document. There's still another document because on the video that I reacted to from Marcellus Wiley, he said it was a 47-page document. So I'm going to go about locating those documents as well. But again, not only did a few more people, 4 more women come out to say he did things besides the women that was saying what he did in Columbia University, ESPN assistant was also came out to make some claims against him as well. So you got ESPN assistants, you got other women from college, from Columbia, one from Northern College, California College as well. Yo, the 13-year-old child was the wildest one to me when I heard the 13-year-old kid. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Saying that he was basically grooming her. And this is what she's alleging is that she was groomed. So that's crazy. All right. He's saying like, you know, we know that Columbia University is at fault here as well, because they swept all of these allegations, all of the complaints under the rug. They swept them all under the rug. They basically did their own investigation. One woman, they said that she doesn't know how the legal process goes here because she's from another state, another country, and she got immigrant status. What? Like, somebody knows if they being violated. I don't care what country you from. Little children know that they're being violated. You gonna tell me a grown person in college don't know that they're being violated, whether they came from another country or not? But that's how the school dealt with it. One time they said that they were going to put him on suspension. They did not. They put him on academic probation, and they cited bad grades. So they didn't even cite that he was on academic probation for violent and complaints against him and him being a predator, allegedly, right? Not only that, they said they was going to suspend him. They put him on academic probation, but then they said, you know what? We can't suspend him because we got an upcoming football game. Marcellus Wiley came out to speak months ago. He came out to speak and said, listen, you know, in the court filings, they got it all wrong. I wasn't a star player. They said I was a sophomore. I really was a freshman at the time. But one of the women said that it happened when he was a sophomore, but she met him and became acquaintances with him when he was a freshman. So it's a lot of back and forth with this. He's been trying to get in front of this whole situation. He went to Vlad TV. He's speaking a lot, but cases like this do not help him. I was wondering, is it against his wife? Is it against a random woman that he's dealing with, cheating on his wife, basically, because he said that he came out to get in front of these allegations, which was the civil suits based on his wife and based on his children. And his son also has the name Marcellus Wiley, even though he's a junior. When you look up his name also falls under these scrutinies in this type of, you know what I mean, information that's fallen under his father's name. So he's tried to get in front of it. I don't know how this is going to help him. His wife is saying that she's covered up years of abuse and was saying mum's the word. Other people are saying that he was abusive. So who the hell thought he wasn't abusive? Columbia University? That's why they're being sued as well. I think they were negligent, okay, in handling this. If this was our mother, if this was our daughters, our nieces, our little cousins, that's alleged abuse, why would they just skip over it? They told one of the girls, you know what, you should, listen, man, it's nothing going to come of this. You might as well just forget about it. You know what I'm saying? She said, I need to take a couple of months off at least from school just to get my mind right. They said, hey, you know what, take a year off and seek some counseling for actual, like being actually exploited type vibes. What? I'm like, what's going on here? What's going on here? Swept it all under the rug, was about to give him an alumni award. But one of the victims came out to say, nah, they challenged them to say, yo, how you giving him awards, bro? Nah, y'all playing with me, about to give him some alumni award. They went and flipped the switch, didn't give him the award, and they gave it to another student. So this situation is crazy. Okay? Based on all of the violence, the predatory behavior, and the nature of the situation, and all the claims in the civil suit, I just don't think that this helps him. In cases like this, in situations like this, you need all the family members. You need all the love that you could have around you, especially your wife. You need your wife in court with you, testifying behind you on news report and saying, nah, man, my husband is not like this. That is not who he is. That is not his character. Now your own wife is saying she's divorcing you based on some of these violences that you showing and expressing to her. What if she comes out and say, you know what? He was basically taking sex from me too. I done told him, no, Marcellus, I didn't want to do it. And he basically forced himself upon me. Because remember, just because somebody's your wife, that don't mean you have the right to take whatever from them. Everybody has autonomy over their own body. They can say no to you, okay? Just because you somebody's husband, that don't mean you run around and go take sex from your wife as well. It's still great. Regardless of the fact, I don't care if it's a single person. I don't care if it's a person in a relationship. I don't care if it's a random person. I don't care if it's a person in a marriage. It is still great. So imagine his wife comes out to say, yo, he did that. What is that going to do to his civil case? What is that going to do to him? I just think that he's in a whole heap of trouble. You ever heard when they said that? A whole heap of trouble. This man is in a whole heap of trouble. It's still alleged. Everything is all allegations. But with all of those victims coming out from the beginning and going on record. So it's not like, you know, Cosby, they came out 30 years later. Yo, he did the pill, son. He went like Steph Curry with the pill in my drink. He did this. No. People were making reports, written reports, okay? Written reports to the school. So it's not like people are just coming out the woodworks. People been reporting them. One woman went to the court, went to the police and filed and got a police report. So you can see that these things been up in processing, regardless if they ever took it a little further to actually really further investigate it. Doesn't matter. Some people say, yo, man, you waited 30 years to come out, 10 years to come out, 20 years to come out. You ain't no victim. You lying. It's a paper chase. It's a money grab. We got to stop shaming victims. I know sometimes in the tabloids, we do see people going for money grabs. That's how come we can say it's all alleged. But just because a person takes years, months, or however long to come out about their story, that doesn't negate a victim's testimony about what they're saying about what happened to them. And we have to stop shaming victims, bro. We have to stop doing that. Okay, a victim could be a girl or a boy, a man or a woman. There's no limit on a victim, just like it ain't no limit on a predator. A predator could be a man or a woman as well, right? But in this case right here, this situation, Marcellus Wiley is the alleged predator, and he's the one that got the violent nature and behaviors. All right. So I just think it's a bad situation. I will be updating y'all on this whole situation. I want y'all getting in the comments section, man. Let me know what y'all thinking about this. Do you believe what they're saying about Marcellus Wiley? Go read my court filing that I read. Go watch my court filing that I read. Go and watch my last live that I did on this video as well, breaking down some of the news, breaking down some of the videos and some of the things that he came out to say about this. Tell me what you're thinking about everything, man. Do you believe his wife when she says that he allegedly poked her? Because he's saying she didn't. Look at my face. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe the wife when she's saying he allegedly poked her? She's been caping for him, holding some of these secrets for him, that he's been violent, and now she's going to divorce him. Do you believe that he threatened to unalive her? Tell me what you believe. He got allegations that a young girl, 13 years old, said that he basically groomed her, got next to her through email, and basically when she turned 18, he got close to her and allegedly did what he did to her. Do you believe any of these things? Get in the comments. Tell me what's your thoughts about Marcellus Wiley now. If you like football, if you watched him, Dallas or any team that he played on, tell me, what do you think about that? What do you think about him? because he's a person that's very outgoing and he speaks outwardly. He talks about a lot of different situations. So he's going to say it's all conspiracy. I spoke against the wrong people. We know that sometimes that's true too. You speak against the wrong people, you know what I mean? And they get up on your heels. We know that. But many people for years been making allegations against him. He himself said they lied on me in the civil suit because I wasn't a sophomore, one, and I wasn't no star running back. I wasn't no star back. I wasn't no star player. So if you wasn't a star player, Marcellus Wiley, that mean that there wasn't no real assurances that you would have made it to the league. Okay. So that means that when people were making complaints against you, it wasn't about seeking no compensation, right? Because you basically wasn't no star player, in your own words. If you was a star player, you could say they knew I was going to the league. They trying to set me up. You said you wasn't a star player like that, bro. So nobody knew you was going to go to the NFL. Hardly had a chance. But they made those allegations against you, man. So y'all get in the comment section. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking about this whole video. Subscribe to OOTAONGO. Y'all hype this video, like this video, share this video, and make sure you hit the notification bells and make sure that you're notified when I'm dropping new content. OOTA, 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 always on go.
All my niggas from the OOTA, all my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks, all my niggas turn shooters. On the internet, you ain't business, all my niggas turn shooters. All my ops turn racks. All my niggas from the OOTA, all my niggas turn shooters.